A dramatic twist in the case against Nick Reiner, accused of brutally killing his parents, Rob and Michelle Reiner.
How's Nick doing, Mr. Jackson?
His high-profile defense attorney, Alan Jackson, withdrawing from the case.
We feel that we have no choice at this juncture but to withdraw as counsel and ask to be relieved.
Without elaborating, Jackson said he had to withdraw because of circumstances outside of his or Nick Reiner's control, still saying emphatically,
pursuant to the law in California, Nick Reiner is not guilty of murder. Print that. Print that.
The New York Times reports the Reiner family hired Jackson to handle the case immediately after Nick's arrest, and Jackson's departure had nothing to do with his performance, possibly indicating the family is separating themselves from the defense financially. A spokesperson for the Reiner family tells ABC they have the utmost trust in the legal process and will not comment further on matters related to the legal proceedings. Charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, Nick Reiner was expected to enter a plea Wednesday. Shielded from cameras, he wore a brown jail jumpsuit and only spoke when agreeing to delay his arraignment again. He's now been assigned a team of public defenders.
And sources say friends of Nick Reiner told investigators his mental health had been deteriorating leading up to the murders. It's possible we see an insanity defense in this case. He is due back in court next month. Guys.
Okay, Trevor, thanks very much. It's been our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams. My first thought when I saw this is it has to be something to do with money.
Yeah, I mean, look, typically if a defense lawyer steps out of a case, it's because of a conflict or there's a disagreement with the defendant or they can't get along. In this case, when you go from one of the highest paid attorneys in the country to a public defender, you have to believe that in the end this was about money.
And something that we heard in Trevor's piece that Jackson said, I want to get this correct. Pursuant to the law in California, Nick Reiner is not guilty of murder. Print that. Print that. He chose his words very carefully.
Very legalistic, right? And that does further support this idea that there's going to be some sort of mental defense here. Meaning, he's not saying he didn't do it, right? He's saying he's not guilty of murder under the laws of California. Those are 2 different things. Remember, though, insanity defense is tough. And people like to throw, he's just going to declare the intent. You have to be able to show you didn't understand right from wrong or you didn't understand the consequence of your actions, et cetera. So it's a tough defense when you pursue insanity.
But does this history of drug addiction problems in and out of institutions, that certainly bolsters the defense?
It bolsters the defense with regard to sentencing, potentially. It could help prove insanity. And maybe most importantly for right now, it could lead the DA to say, I'm not going to pursue the death penalty.
Which is a big question.
Which is a big question right now, and that could impact it.
All right, Dan, we always appreciate your insight. Thank you.